Does the LEGO Group have a double standard when it comes to re-releasing seemingly exclusive minifigures in lower price sets? Both the Ultimate Collector Series Venator and UCS X-Wing include exclusive minifigures. So why is only one of these figures being re-released in a cheaper set, while the other remains exclusive? As I've talked about before on this channel, the UCS Venator features an exclusive Captain Rex minifigure. It had been a long time since we had gotten a Captain Rex minifigure, and then of course the only time that they delivered it was in this $650 Ultimate Collector Series set, which you can only buy through LEGO and hardly any other retailers. In the instruction booklet for the UCS Venator, the language seemed to indicate that this Rex minifigure was exclusive to the Venator, or would at least remain exclusive. Unfortunately, for those that bought this $650 building set for that one minifigure alone, which I'll admit is a bad decision, if you are not interested in the full-scale Ultimate Collector Series set, then you really have no business buying this expensive set. You could get the Rex minifigure on the aftermarket, admittedly at a higher price than you should have to pay for it, but when people are irritated with the decreased theoretical value of their Venator, I believe that they should just be happy with the fact that they still have a giant hulking gray Star Destroyer from the Clone Wars. So as for the Captain Rex minifigure, it is being re-released in a Captain Rex's Y-Wing microfighter. The Admiral Yularen minifigure from the Venator will remain exclusive, most likely, so Venator buyers have that to hinge on. It wasn't until recently that we finally got to see that the Captain Rex minifigure included in the Y-Wing microfighter is exactly the same minifigure as in the Y-Wing, with fabric pauldron. Everything remains the same. Now, at the same time that we got access to images of the Captain Rex's Y-Wing microfighter, we also got some images of the Luke Skywalker's X-Wing mech building set. The latest Ultimate Collector Series X-Wing Starfighter was released only a year ago, and it goes for around $240 USD at retail. Exclusive to this Ultimate Collector Series set was a Luke Skywalker minifigure with dual molded legs, which we pretty much never see in LEGO Star Wars. Other licensed themes have had a lot more access to this dual molded arms and legs that we see nowadays from the LEGO Group, but whether it be Disney's overhead or some other reason, that isn't a feature often seen in Star Wars sets. So this dual molded leg, printed arm, Luke Skywalker minifigure is by far the most detailed Rebel pilot minifigure that we've ever gotten. Many desired this Luke Skywalker minifigure, and potentially even multiples of it, so that they could upgrade all of their Rebel pilot minifigures with various face prints and helmet prints, but they could all share the same torso with added arm details, as well as the dual molded legs. Now, just prior to getting these images of the Luke's X-Wing mech set, we got images, and it was released a keychain of Luke Skywalker in his pilot uniform. And this keychain, which runs for $5.99 last time I checked, hopefully they haven't increased the price on that since last time I checked out the keychains at the LEGO store, but this keychain of Luke Skywalker has the dual molded legs. It has the arm printing. Although I did notice that the printing is a little bit different, just like thinner lines or thicker lines than the ones that are actually found in the UCS building set. But this all just comes down to the difference in keychains versus normal minifigures. If you get one of these keychains, you can take the arms and the legs off of it, while the pelvis, torso, head, and helmet all are kind of glued or screwed together to maintain like the infrastructure of this keychain. You don't really want it falling apart in your pocket, so it makes sense that they do that sort of thing. But you can now buy this keychain, take the arms and legs off, and upgrade your Rebel pilot minifigures. So if the LEGO Group is willing to reproduce this highly detailed Luke Skywalker minifigure from the UCS X-Wing as a keychain, and they're also willing to ruin the exclusivity of the Captain Rex minifigure, in a microfighter set, basically the cheapest Lego Star Wars set you can find, what would stop them from making this ultra rare Luke Skywalker minifigure in the mech set? I mainly mention this just to add on to the complexity of the Captain Rex situation. A lot of people feel that the Venator should keep the exclusive minifigures, and if Rex is to be re-released, which it is, then it should be at least slightly different from the Rex from the UCS Venator. I'm not sure if there would be the same amount of complaints if this Luke Skywalker minifigure were to be re-released. It seems that Captain Rex is kind of like a higher interest character and minifigure, so there's not as much attention being paid to this Luke Skywalker minifigure, at least not on social media. So if the LEGO Group is willing to void the exclusivity of Captain Rex, why aren't they willing to do the same for Luke Skywalker? If the LEGO Group is willing to shell out more of these Captain Rex minifigures, which are admittedly a high-budget minifigure with cloth and a lot of printing, then what's stopping them from producing more of these X-Wing, UCS X-Wing Luke Skywalker minifigures in a cheaper set as well? A lot of people have been pointing out that the LEGO Group is ruining the resale value of Captain Rex, which is interesting because I've done a video about how the LEGO Group kind of profits off of the aftermarket because they now own BrickLink. So it could be possible that they're maintaining the aftermarket value of the Luke Skywalker minifigure, but if that's the case, then why didn't they do the same thing for Rex? You can check out my video about how the LEGO Group acquired BrickLink and definitely has an increased insight into the aftermarket now that they have acquired BrickLink. Let me know if you'd like to see this highly detailed Luke Skywalker minifigure in a more accessible set, or also on the inverse, if you wish that they had never made Captain Rex more accessible because you bought the Venator and you feel like you're entitled to their promise of exclusivity, which I'll admit was there in the instruction booklet. Personally, my friends that I know collect Rebel pilots, they're just buying a lot of this upcoming keychain of Luke Skywalker so that they can upgrade their minifigures. So this whole anticipation for the mech Luke Skywalker being potentially of this highly detailed nature was never really something they were banking on because the keychain will suffice. I'm gonna break the fourth wall here. I usually script out all my videos, and then I for some reason, even though I'm like a fully thoughtful being, like while I'm writing the whole thing down, then when I go to record it on camera, I just like am incapable of making my own thoughts and end up just like reading the script word for word. So this video, I just decided to go completely off script. I had my iPhone so that I could see the prices of the sets, but I probably even got some of those wrong. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these rambling, unscripted videos in the future, as well as any of your other thoughts in the comments below. I try to cover all sorts of LEGO anti-consumer practices and conspiracies, details like that on this channel. So if you like that sort of thing, make sure to like and subscribe to help this channel grow. Thanks for watching.